change the tasks, make a lot of exercises, a lot of games, a lot of activities, but not only reading the text 60 minutes. Other thing is memory. So you can't make children memorize 30 different words at first, so you just need, for 11 years old students, pupils that I teach, I also can teach them 10 words in this period of time. The next problem is that children have to move. You can make a little girl sit all the lessons, so she will be bored, it will be difficult for her, and you just can't make little boys sit the whole lesson. It's impossible. So how did I manage this problem? The first, I took a piece of paper and I wrote their words that we had to memorize. I put them at the other part of the room, and he had to run there, look at these words, run there and write the words he memorized. We had to jump, we jumped, we danced, everything. And I also invented a game, and I will tell you about this game. So maybe you know this children game, we called it in Russian classes, like when you, so now I put paper and we usually draw it when we were children, like such figure, and we have to throw this die, yes, and I use it in such way. So in German, when we conjugate verbs, we have different endings. Like irregular verb to be in English is I am, you are, he, she, it is. In German, each verb has this different endings. So now, also I wrote here like I, you, he, she, and I usually use a die without words. Like 1 point is I, 2 points is you, like to make it a little bit difficult. So I throw that die, and I think he, she, it, and imagine that there is a verb to be. I step on it like I say he, she, it is. And if I don't remember that form, I have to stay in such an uncomfortable pose, and then I need to make it fastest to make this game till the end. The most important thing in general, I think, in teaching children is that you just have to inspire them, and you always need a lot of energy. I always think a lot of tasks, and I have to come like and be like a rabbit, you know, this battery, how do you say? Duracell rabbit, yes. And when I'm like broken and I'm sad and I have no energy, I can't come to children and be sad. I have to make myself like energetic and come to them, and you know, it's really a hard task because teachers can have burnouts. Do people know the term burnout? Yes. So if you are energetic the whole year, every day you just get tired of it. I think it's very important that teachers have like pauses, maybe half a year pause, yes, because if you think about our teachers in schools, that old ladies who have just a week maybe to have rest, and they are they're cruel, maybe get cruel of it. I think it's a bad thing about our educational system that teachers don't have these breaks just to relax and then come and be energetic after that. In general, I think that the goal of teaching children is not that they knew this amount of words. No, we just have to show them how interesting, how inspiring, how wonderful the process of of learning itself and your subject. In my case, the German language is. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. So now we have tips how to teach children. And our next speaker is Maria. Welcome, Maria.
Hi everyone. I want to show you my presentation, and my topic will be about mass surveillance problem. Oh. Okay. I have a flashcard. Okay, maybe we'll do without presentation, but I think it's not a big problem for us. So, my topic will be about mass surveillance program. Who read a book 1984 by George Orwell? Raise your hand. Okay. And who heard about Edward Snowden? Raise your hand. Oh, it's good. I think it's this topic will be interesting for you. I can say that history of mass surveillance program take a start point in 2001. We have a terroristic act on September 18th, and it was a starting of surveillance program in the United States. So today we have 5 eyes program. This program includes 5 countries. It's United States, United Kingdom, Australia, New Zealand, and Canada. These states have a surveillance program, and we can say that they are watching us, as we know from the book of George Orwell. I think it's quite actual thing for us, because every one of us has smartphones or telephones, and this is like instrument for watching us. So the last interview, or Edward Snowden's interview, it was on the 6th of October, and he said that United Kingdom has a program. He named it Smurfs tools. Smurfs. Do you heard about Smurfs? Smurfs. Smurf, yeah. It's like a blue nose. And these Smurf tools include 4 basic programs which take on our smartphones and telephones and watching on us. So the first Smurf is Dreamy Smurf. Dreamy Smurf is a program when we receive a text message on our phone. It can turn off or turn on our telephone without our knowing. So they can turn our smartphone when we don't. Yeah. Thank you. The second is Nosy Smurf. It's a Smurf who help hear us. This program turn off or turn on our microphone, and it helps hear not only our talks, but it can hear everything near us in this moment. The third Smurf is Tracker Smurf. It's a geolocation tool. With this program, you can see where the person placed in that particular time. And the fourth Smurf is a Paranoid Smurf. The Paranoid Smurf is a program when a person thinks that, oh, with my phone something strange, I don't know what happened with it, and take it to a service. This program helps Also, Edward Snowden said that intelligence services want to have your phone, not you. But as we know, it's quite strange provision. And also these tools can photo you and so on. In conclusion, I can say that this surveillance program is about balance of interests of state and private interests of person. Every one of us have a right to privacy, and the balance of national security and the right to privacy is very discussed question, because everyone wants to be to have a private life and don't want to be heard by someone, but also everyone wants to live in safe country without terroristic acts or something else. So it's a question about balances of these interests. And in this question is interesting a decision of European Court of Human Rights. We haven't got any decision about mass surveillance today, but in this year or maybe next, it will appear. So I think that it will be interesting to know what a court think about mass surveillance today, because national courts sometimes think that mass surveillance is okay, it's for us, so it's good. But some courts decided that right to privacy is a basic right, fundamental right, and every one of us have it, and government and state should respect it. So, thank you for attention.
May I ask a question?
Yeah.
So, as far as I know, Snowden told this information this year. So, this year he's situated in Russia.
Yeah.
He has no access to resources he used to have access to, because he doesn't work for US government. So, why should we consider this information trustworthy? Because, you know, he lives in Russia, he has no other country to go, everybody hates him, and he can do whatever Putin asks him.
I think that this information is not true, because we don't know it's surely, because it's words of some person. But I think that person who was working for intelligence services of the USA can make predictions, or he knows something that we don't know, and I think that it's possible for digital age today to make these programs and use it. Surely in Ukraine we have not programs like these, but in the future maybe they appeared. So.
Thank you so much for sharing that kind of conspiracy theory. Yeah? And I want to invite our next speaker is Sarmad.
Yeah. So my name is Tony Sarmad, and today I'm going to talk about, I didn't have time, so I'm going to talk about existence and time and illusion. So what I'm saying that why I don't care about my daily life problems, why I don't get sad when my bicycle was stolen yesterday, that's because I understood, I made a theory. I didn't make it. For sure, like, people made it like years ago, but I understood it by myself. So the theory goes like, time, or what we call time, is something that is absolutely not existing. like what we call time, it's our body adapting to nature. How long our body works. Like it doesn't mean anything. It is the time of your human body. If we look at, actually I got this from my kitchen when I saw a bacteria eating my bread. So that's the thing. I mean, like, just imagine a life of bacteria. If you look at it really closely, you'll see like a world living there in my kitchen.
Real God, swallow them.
Everything. They have a life. So their time is different than our time. So sometimes I imagine ourselves, everything, the whole world, is just some kind of a bacteria, a small bacteria. But our time, we think it's really big because we're so small. If you look up, if you see the sky, you'll see just what? Endless. So the time does not exist. So what I'm saying, one day maybe we wake up and we are living in some guy's kitchen and he will throw us and that's it. Yeah? It's gone. So 2015, let's say, millions of years, let's say, our world is even nothing. Millions of years is nothing. Like the bacteria lives and dies in one day in our time. So just imagine, it's not really small for us, and it lives and dies in one day. So yeah. So what I'm saying. So we are this big, let's say, and the universe is endless with some planets that we can't even see, we didn't discover because we're that small. So for sure there are so many different kind of lives that doesn't need oxygen, doesn't need nitrogen, doesn't need any gas. Maybe some weird aliens. Well, I can't call it aliens because we are aliens as well. So some creatures that live up there, and the time is different. Maybe they're smaller than us, maybe they're bigger than us. So we have no idea what's going on there. That's one theory. Second theory, have you seen the movie, what's the name of it? God.
Back to
The future.
Oh, for God's sake,
Did you expect to see McFly?
Men in Black.
yeah, flying hordes and stuff.
Which
Yeah.
movie? Men in Black?
Yeah, so what I'm saying is the movie Inception. Have you seen the movie?
Yeah.
The guy when you can sleep and you can do stuff with your dreams.
With DiCaprio.
Yeah.
Well, it's all about illusion, you know. It gets to when you think about it, when you watch such movie, it gets you in a point that everything can be just some kind of, I don't know, illusion. We're nothing. We're like ourselves. What is ourselves? It's nothing. What's physics? So,
But that's Hollywood.
well, that's not Hollywood. That's about theories, you know. That's not just an idea. Why isn't it
Matrix
stupid?
is also Hollywood.
I mean, I would believe in Inception more than I believe in the biggest religion in here, on this 2015 world, really. It gets more, I would say, physical. I mean, I like physics. Physics are, what's my time?
4 and
Great. Well, physics is much more explainable than theory. Well, physics, Inception has all physics, you know. You sleep, he gets into your brain, well, into your illusion of a sleep and change your brain. Because everything what they say in it is correct. Not everything what I've read in any religion of these days is correct, believe me. It's not perfect, and I don't believe in imperfect religion. That's yellow. So, what else? What else do I want to talk about?
So
Time,
you
existence.
are saying that dreams is physics.
Dreams and physics.
Yeah, like dream, when you see a dream, it is physics.
No, let's talk about karma. I believe in karma. Yeah, because I didn't have any idea what.
So how do you understand karma?
Karma.
Just
Believe me,
it's
karma.
your own idea of karma.
Yes. karma, it's a natural, our planet created some kind of, I wouldn't say superpowers, but our planet is perfect. Our bodies, everything is perfect.
Our body is not perfect.
Believe me, it is. Believe me, this is my speech. I almost told you this is my speech. Anyway, so our bodies are perfect, really. If we're, like really, even if I get my hand or leg cut, my body can adopt to do another skills, another...
Lizards can grow even then.
So it's perfect, that's what I'm saying.
They are also not perfect.
Dude, it's not about the brain, it's perfect. It's just get to the point. Don't... Okay.
It's perfect when you're young.
It's perfect when you're old. It's perfect when you die even. You were supposed to die. You can't live forever. If we live forever, it's gonna be boring. What's the point if you live forever? You have no kids, nothing is new. We will create the perfectionist world? Let's say. Ideal world?
Well,
it's gonna be
after a
boring.
visit
We'll
to
kill each
dentist,
other.
you'll understand that your body is not perfect.
After what?
After a
Dentist.
visit to dentist.
Okay, you're not getting the point, actually. Okay, what I'm saying, everything is perfect, and karma is one of the ideal thing that nature did to make the world balance. Smart people get the money, stupid people are poor.
It's not about you.
I've never seen
How you explain Kim Kardashian?
What? Kim
How you
Kardashian?
explain Kardashian?
Well, believe me, they're smarter than usual people. Okay, who follow Kim Kardashian? Sorry. Who follow Kim Kardashian? I don't. Any smart people.
They have money, like you said.
Yes, because they I don't know, they
their IQ is
market the
less than
stupid brains. It's easy to market things. I can sell you anything if you want. It's anything. I will create a need and give you, you will think that you need it. Everything outside is marketing. All the food.
Not intelligent people that who are not intelligent, they don't have money and cash.
One by one. Okay, so intelligent, I'm saying that poor people are not smart. They don't have the skill to make them rich.
Maybe they don't want to be rich.
That's one point. But believe me, I've never seen let's say, a science or somebody who did something and he's poor. The people, maybe they're smart enough to read, to be socially attractive, whatever, live happy life, but they're not rich. They're just doing nothing, absolutely. If they live and die and they did nothing in the world. But we're talking about people who do stuff. Anyway, karma is a big thing, so I can't talk, I have no time, so thank you for giving me your time.
Thank you, Sarmad. It's fun to hear from the guy who hates everything, that everything is perfect. Yeah. Okay, and we have ended with our first part, yeah, and we are going to our second part, is table topic session. And I'm going to invite here Nastya, who is our table topic session leader. By the way, one more thing about these cards. Yes. You won't have 6 minutes to stand here, but you will have 2 minutes to stand here, and if you see this card, it means that half of your time is already passed, so 1 minute passed, you have 1 minute to express your opinion or so. And when you see this card, just please look at this girl, and that means that you should get to your conclusion if you still don't, and end your speech. Okay.
Hello, my name is Nastya, and today I propose you not only to improve your English skills, but also to play a little kind of game. You all will get one paper where you can find one name of person. And on 2 minutes you need to imagine that it is you, and from behalf of that person, tell about yourself. Or maybe tell a speech for people from the behalf of that person. If you don't know who is it, you can change a paper. So you may, my hat please. And I think you can be the first because, yes, you want very much to speak today. So you need to get one paper and imagine that for people who is it. And your target is not to explain
My topic is baby candy.
after your speech. And your target is not to say as fast as you can please it, but you need to speak all 2 minutes, and after this time, people can guess who it was.
Well, hi, my name is Dima, and well, now I will represent another person, and your task is to guess who that person is. Some people may I know the sex of the person?
Yes, of course.
Yes, it's female person. So, some people consider this person to be successful, kind, involved in charity. By the way, now this person is dead already. Yes. So, and this is royal person. And what?
Princess
Yes,
Diana.
you are right.
But you may guess only after 2 minutes passed.
Well, but
You
she's
need-
already guessed.
You need to speak all 2 minutes, all you want, all you know about she.
So nobody can say something until the guys
Yes,
finish.
yes, yes.
Please remember this.
So,
Okay.
Take time like this. You can take time. When you say just sit down, it's...
Okay, maybe not 1 minute, not 2 minutes, but 1 minute and a half. Okay.
Yes, but I think that more interesting it will be if you tell not she is royal person, but I'm royal person, I wear dresses, I go to balls and have please you take a candy.
Okay. Hello, my name is Yana, and I will tell. I don't know if I'm alive. I guess I'm alive. I'm a man, about 50 years old, maybe. I'm not sure completely, but I like to write really scary stories. And people, when they read my books, they they get really scared. Sometimes they get under their blankets and just shiver with fear. And also many films, many movies were made on my books. And I'm very famous. People I don't know. They may not know the way I look, but they really know my name. And always when I'm going on the streets. Those people, they ask my autographs, and also, what else? I like my books, they're great. And I'm saying from my behalf, not from this character. And also, I guess that's all about this
Alfred
person.
Hitchcock.
No, still.
Yeah.
Please, maybe you.
Alright. So what's up everyone? It's Andrei. And I'm gonna be talking on behalf of one dude. He lived a really long time ago. He's super famous so far for his writings, for his poems, for his novels, for his plays in theaters, and someone said that he didn't exist, and in something I saw it, so he kind of didn't create his legacy. Someone did it on behalf of him. Someone helped him out. Yeah.
For 2 minutes.
10 seconds.
Okay.
Hello everybody, my name is Victoria. Now I am a man and I am a dead man. I was dead a long time ago. I was a great scientist who made a lot for mathematics. I was a little bit crazy person, but nevertheless I was very smart and had a lot contribution to the great series of mathematics, physics, and etc. But also the great or funny thing that I didn't believe in education and a little bit, and most of all I was educated by myself. What else?
Maybe you do this.
Einstein. Einstein.
This next slide is you. You can check. Okay.
Hello, my name is Anya, but today I'm a man. I'm already dead and I'm really famous. And a lot of people, a really great amount of people come to my, like said, grave to see me. Well, my favorite color is red, and I'm dead now, but I was a maybe idealistic person. And I decided to make a world better and change the state, change the system of government, the system how people live together. And I really did it. It was very loud. It was great.
I live in mausoleums.
That's my house now.
Yes?
Lenin.
You're right.
Lenin.
This
Hello everyone, my name is Helen, but now I am a man. I have died a long time ago. I was a musician and I was a very great compositor, and I have written many concerts, and I was very famous in my time. My concerts were very great. I very like it, but I have died. And now my music is academic music, but
Why did you?
I don't remember.
Did you have problems here? Did you have problems here?
No, no.
Maybe he was poisoned. Maybe he was poisoned.
I don't understand.
Did you have any?
No.
Everybody has.
Are you not?
Okay, my name is Oda. I'm a woman and I'm a goddess. So this goddess, we have a picture of this goddess. Is it right, goddess?
Goddess.
Yeah? Goddess.
Goddess.
Goddess. The picture where I'm going through the sea and I'm naked and very beautiful. So as I know, there are 7 goddesses.
Goddess.
And this, I am wasn't born.
Greek goddess? Greek?
Yeah, Greek goddess. I wasn't born because I was made like alchemic goddess. Yeah. So and I'm a goddess of love, of beauty. I am like a muse for the scientists, maybe for musicians, for artists, and for people with talent. Okay. I think you already guessed who is it.
Aphrodite.
Yeah.
I was the most famous pop singer of the history of human existence.
Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, she was pop. And I am a male, by the way.
What?
I am a male pop star and I was a very famous singer and I invented the moonwalk.
Kim Kardashian.
That's it.
Not Michael Jackson. Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, Michael Jackson.
No.
Just
That's it.
Michael Jackson.
Maybe. Okay.
You can ask.
See what we got here. I don't know this person very well. Oh, Jesus.
Christ. The person is Christ.
So guys, no, it's not Christ, it's quite opposite. And my name is Val. I'm a man.
Are you sure?
Thank goodness I'm dead. It's a really, really great fortune that I'm dead. Good for you people of that nasty goddamn race that I really hate. And I used to be a ruler of a powerful country and I would conquer this goddamn world and make you slaves and I have a beautiful mustache. In case.
Who knows? Nobody knows.
Yes, of course. Any other ideas?
No.
What gift you have?
That's right. And I think this
Please,
I swear.
Asa, I'm a woman, I'm alive, I'm Ukrainian woman, I'm about 35 years old and I'm TV star, yes, in our Ukrainian channels. I lead TV program where I visited different restaurants, cafes. I judge how they rule.
How's their service?
Yes, about this. Did you get this?
Hello everybody, my name is Nastya, but now I'm a man, I'm a dead man. I was born in Russia and I was black a little bit. I had a curly hair and I was a writer. I'm a very famous writer and till today people study my poems at school, the university, and we have a lot of streets with my name, a lot of museums with my name, but in my time I was not so famous. Okay. Yes, I'm pushing.
Hi everybody! I'm glad to see you here, people, because I like to speak, because I like to act. I like to make interesting speeches, interesting films. You people have seen a lot of films where I perform. What can I say about you, everybody? I think you are watching me now with such kind of interest that it makes me feel a little bit nervous. And I also feel everybody said I'm that man and that woman. Okay. I once played a role of a dead man. I was the dead man. It was art house kino, so maybe you've seen a film with me, but as I think you are bored now, so I tell you about other role. I was in a big boat, yes, with my friends, and we were going to find some money that was anywhere in the sand, and we had to fight, so I was a pirate then. I'm pretty handsome here, that's why people like to make films with me, and yes.
Johnny Depp.
Yes, I'm Johnny Depp, yes. But I think I have still 20 seconds. 20 seconds, right, I have 20 seconds and now I feel like Johnny Depp. 20 seconds being Johnny Depp. Hey guys, may I have more time to feel?
Act like Johnny Depp.
Huh?
Act like Johnny Depp.
Yes, I act.
No, you don't.
Don't forget the candy.
Oh, thank you, candy for joining
And
us.
please.
Which movie was it, the first one?
Dead man.
Yeah. What's the name of it?
Dead man.
Dead man's film.
Really?
Yes, I don't know. Russia.
There is a lot of candy.
Eugene is searching for some kind of candy.
He's looking for some special candy. Maybe some with chocolate, yeah.
You can be.
I do that.
Bulgars. So, unfortunately, I'm big fortune. I'm a dead man. I'm a dead man. So, I used to be a singer, very famous pop singer, and I had big audiences. So, my name is the name of the first planet in the solar system. Actually, and I died of the most dangerous. Show must go. The most dangerous disease. So it's called the disease of 20 21st century. It's
Did your friends have a concert over here a few years ago? Did your friends have a concert over here a few years ago?
I don't know.
Yeah.
He's dead. He's sorry.
I'm dead, you know what? Okay. Yeah, sure. Freddie Mercury. And another role, you sing, just, okay. So I'll do my best to be enigmatic. So, I'm a very famous person in IT sphere. Unfortunately, I'm dead, and I can tell you one sentence. So, I died of the cancer in the brain.
Steve Jobs.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm a man, and I'm a famous singer. I'm white, and it is very, very important in this music which I sing. And the most of my opponents, they are black, and only I white, and I have blonde hair. I have, yeah, you're right.
Okay.
You want also too?
I don't know her.
Okay.
I don't know her. Oh, okay. So actually I can do it without even speaking, but okay. So I'm a person, I didn't die, I'm British, pretty cool, but I don't talk in my movies. Black and white. I make millions of people talk.
Mr. Bean.
Great, this is the first one. The second one, I will not talk about it, but I will do, okay. Just imagine that I have a skirt and like I'm covering my, yeah, that's it. Oh, no.
I want to see you here.
That's right.
Okay, guys. I'm a man. I'm alive, and I'm Russian.
Putin.
No. Almost. Okay, what else?
Медведев.
Сектор 3 на барабане. Яковлевич, yeah, thanks.
Well, good evening. My name is Tasha. But now I am a man. I am a small boy. I am yellow. I have very nice hair. I have little sister. She's name is Lisa. Yes, you're right.
Simpsons.
Oh, is it not?
Yes, but there are a lot of extra candies and they want to give it for you.
Yeah, that's the best thing of the day.
Okay.
I will give you your life.
It's the same.
Okay, everybody has their candies, and thanks Nastya for your great yeah, and for candies. Yes, that was great. And we are getting to our last part is evaluation. So now we will have some people, evaluators, who will sit and tell about your speeches, our speeches, yeah? And our first evaluator who is going to evaluate Lisa's speech is Dima.
Well, first of all, I need to say that I enjoyed Lisa's speech. It was really interesting. She shared with us her experience of teaching children. And I liked her command of English. And she was energetic. She used lots of gestures. She used some materials which she brought. She kept eye contact with the audience. And I think it was great. Thank you.
Thank you, Dima. And our next evaluator is Well, who is going to evaluate Maria's speech.
Yeah, okay guys, my name is Vel again. Yes, and today I have a privilege of evaluating this beautiful girl, and it's very difficult, but I try to concentrate, okay, so I did my job. So Maria, first of all, I would like to say thank you, as I usually do. I try to say to all people that take the stage, it might be difficult, might be frightening for some people who do it for the first time, right? First of all, I would like to give you credit for not getting lost just because something didn't work. It happens. I understand that some technical stuff tends to break down, and you just got yourself together and still delivered the speech. Thank you for this again. That was really nice, really great. Keep on trying, do more speeches, and you'll be there, you'll be better than ever. Just a few notes that I made. The first thing that is obvious, you should make sure that stuff works before you start speaking, yeah? So before you come, you have like plenty of time here to check the stuff, the notebook, the flash drives and all that stuff. And the projector, of course. Okay, don't confuse the facts. Because the terrorist attack happened on 11th, not on 18th. Yeah. So you just probably, yeah, it's 9/11, not 9/18. You probably just were a little bit agitated or something. As for grammar, don't forget about the S in third person singular, yeah? Like the program turns off if you like the program, then program works, then it turns off, then it comes, then it goes, if it's present simple, yeah? And like a user takes the phone to the service, then he walks out of the service, then the program like blocks the phone, yeah? As for your notes, I think it's better we don't have a prompter there or something. If you have notes, it's better to keep them in your hand. Because when you talk to people and then just, yeah, do like this, it's not very good probably. Okay, you try to make use of the whiteboard here, but you just started and this is the only thing that appeared here. So probably you could use more of it, at least to enumerate those programs or those things that you were talking about, yeah? So it's the good possibility. As for your goal, I think, yeah, the goal itself was clear. You wanted to tell us about what? About surveillance on people, like see the secret nasty stuff after the 9/11. But I think the structure was a little bit unclear because the message was okay, but a lot of things were a little bit, I would say, messy. I think they should be more clear, like step after step, like the first part, the main part, the conclusion, and you should probably work on it a little bit more because I missed some stuff and I couldn't understand what are those verbs, what comes after what. So a little bit more clarity. I like your language, your register, I mean your style was correct because some people like me, when I even make official speeches, I tend to insert some colloquial, low colloquial words that are unacceptable. You didn't do that, that's great. And just a little bit more confidence and you'll be awesome and you are awesome. Thank you again.
Just one big plus. So as far as you said, it's your first speech. So actually, you made the contact with the audience. You asked the question, and actually, this is the first task of the first project. So the goal was reached.
Can I also add that this girl, you have very good speech because you have the first introductions and the second part and the conclusion. It was very nice.
Okay. Okay, thanks, boys, ladies. Yeah, I hope you will notice this if you need it, and next time you will improve it. And, just know that as much you practice, as better you are. Okay, thanks, Lama. And our next evaluator is Eugene, who is going to evaluate Sarmad's speech.
To tell the truth, I was evaluating Maria's speech. because I had to evaluate Lisa's speech, but so, okay, just I confused. So first of all, I've got a lot of pluses for you. Even though it was improvisation, you managed to do that. You felt very comfortable. I like that very much. Because when you feel comfortable, you feel confident. At the same time, your message is quite clear to the audience. Next thing, as for instruction, you managed to give us some structure. You told us about the things that you will tell us about. Next, as for the things that you could have improved, if you ask some question, try to answer it. Okay, directly. Try to answer it. And at the same time, you should bear in mind that you've got some time limit. So you should navigate.
Dude, Kim Kardashian and dentist, I mean. Which kind of answer? Existent, Kim Kardashian, dentist.
Karma. I asked you karma. What is karma?
Yes, but I was already, like the time was already done. So.
Yes, but nevertheless, so if I ask you, say, okay, I will tell you about karma, you should tell me.
So I will forget about the time. I'm just thinking about the time.
Okay, that's fine. It's improvisation.
Yeah.
So, but a lot of pluses, and at the same time, you try to show something on this.
But then
this
Kim Kardashian
okay, just actually everything was fine. I think that it's a striking example when the person, if he doesn't know what to say, for example, in advance, so he can really and he can improvise. And what I want to say that he referred to his life, about these things, just about this fungus bacteria living on bread, actually. So it is quite colorful. I think that this stuff is quite memorable, and actually this example helps you to pack, to pay attention to this thing. That's what I want to say. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Eugene. And we are going to our next evaluator, who is going to tell about all our speeches for tabletop session. Is Anastasia.
I think that I did everything right. Should I evaluate only everybody?
Yeah.
I will try, because I write only one word. Okay. The first person was Dima, yes? And he feels confident and sure, and he has a good speech. Okay, the next person was Yana. She has good pronunciation, I like her. She was very positive, she was smiley, she wasn't shy, I like it very much. Okay, the next was Andrew, but everything okay, but I wrote no gestures. He stood like this. Okay, the fourth person was Victoria. I write only one word, it was neutral. I don't know, but maybe I like it, but not bad, not good, it's normal. The next person, I don't... Anya, it was Anya. And she was positive, she has gestures, she works, she had eye contact with Helen. She was a little bit shy at the end, but and she didn't know about the person which she represented, but it was okay. Ola was calm and she was confident. Okay, the next person didn't represent it. Maybe yes. You have very low voice. I didn't hear your speech. Even now I don't hear you. It's not. Maybe it's my problem. I don't know.
No, this problem.
Okay. Maybe you should take it over your head. Next person, Valera. Yes, was. You were active, you work with audience, and you have good actor. You were like actor. Yes, like this. Next name, I don't know. It was you. You were smiley. You were smiley and also positive, and your speech was very good. Lisa, very active. very expressive, active, you want to share your energy with everybody. It's very good if you work as a teacher. It's very good. You burn out. It's great. And the reason you also didn't. You didn't represent it, but you were short, laconic, and everything is okay. It's about Nastya. I want to say that your this game was very good, and it's very good when you use this game with children. Everybody does something, and you have candies. It's also very good, and every person speaks, and you switches on everybody. You work with audience. I also like it. It's okay.
Thank you so much. Yeah. So in Moscow, who is speaking not so well, we had a girl, lady from some African country. She also had this problem about to speak. And after a few speeches, she became pretty good in it. And so I suggest you to be our next speaker. Yeah, okay, that's great. Yeah, that's great. Thank you, Anastasia. And our next orator is grammarian and Andrew.
So I tell you, you're all right. You know, not much flops and mistakes, but there is like a couple points. First one, when you talk about time, you gotta use present perfect. Like time has passed. For instance, 5 minutes have passed, 6, and so on. Time has passed, not time just passed. You just like emphasize that it was like specific period of time lasted. Secondly, like someone says the problem take a start, but she was talking about it's Maria. She said, or Maria. She was like the problem or something take start like in 2001, like 2 a start. Then when you say something happens with something, you gotta say something happens to something, because there's like a specific preposition. Happens goes with to. It happens to something. Happen to something. Then when you speak again of time, when you say like it lasts on 2 minutes, or speech gotta last on 2 minutes, there is no on, there is like or in or 4 minutes, but not in, in 2 minutes. Then when you say like you're gonna talk on from behalf of someone, you gotta say you're gonna talk on behalf of someone. There is like a specific preposition for this expression as well. And so this is pretty much it. Everything was alright, like I said. Anyone want to say something?
Yeah, I want to say to our host something. Thank you.
Yeah.
Can I add one little thing? I just can't resist.
Okay.
No? Yes, if time permits.
Yeah, sure. We have.
Plenty.
For you, we have 15 minutes.
not today. Not today. Okay. Today I'm gonna be. I just want to mention one interesting thing about. No, 2 interesting things. One of them is not related to grammar. It's related to the stuff that was happening at during our second part. So guys, you were asked to actually speak, on. That's what I wanted to mention. On behalf of somebody. So please next time try to do it. Yeah. Don't just speak. Try to act it, because it's more fun. It helps more and just less boring. Yeah, and so if you just say like there was a guy, he did something, he did ta-ta-ta-ta-ta, and it's not that good, and it doesn't match the task you were given. Okay. And the second thing is about present perfect that was mentioned by our dear Andrew. Yeah. So there is a big difference between the phrase I died. Yes, suppose that I'm impersonating someone. Yeah, I died and I have died. So somebody said something like this. I lived in 19th century, but then I have died, and then I did ta 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 ta, and blah 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 blah. So something is wrong with it. So have died. You can mention it if you have just died. If you you have been living, something happened and you have died, and it's so important for us now. But if you're speaking about people who are already dead, who lived long ago, we mentioned the time, 19th century. You cannot use present perfect. It's not present in any way. It's past. You say, yeah, like the guy lived, then he died, then he he was honored, then he blah blah blah. So, but don't use present perfect for past events that were long ago and don't have this relation to the present.
Can we use I've been dead for a long time?
And this is the second point I'm going to talk about. If you're impersonating, if you're impersonating somebody and say that, like, I'm dead, and you want to mention that you are dead for a certain period of time, this is the place to use present perfect. So, I am Hitler, yeah, and I have been dead for how long? 65 years, yeah? 65 or something.
More, maybe
70 years. So I have been, yeah? I was in that state of being dead, and I'm still there. Thank goodness I'm still dead, and I'm not going to resurrect. So I have been dead for a long time, yeah? I have been living in Kharkov for a long time. I have been your regular grammarian for some time. That's it, thank you.
Thank you, Al. I think that you're you will become a real grammar Nazi from after today's table topic session. Yeah. Okay, and our next evaluator is accountant, and today it's Asya.
Lisa, 21, Maria, 11, Sarmad, Tony, sorry I didn't come because he was so
interesting.
Charismatic. He was so charismatic, I don't know how to say it, I didn't come. Nastya 1, Dima 4, Yana 3, Andrei 2, Victoria 1, Anya 2, Helen 1, Oля 1, Kaval 0, Vel 0, Nastya 0, Lisa 2, Eugene 0, Maria I don't know, Tony 0, Igor 1, and Dasha 1.
Thank you so much. And our last evaluator is Dasha Timer.
Well, Lisa 6 minutes and 5 seconds, Maria 6 minutes and 3 seconds, and then we have questions, so 7 minutes and 30 seconds. Sarmad, 9 minutes and 7 seconds.
Well, I was talking about integration.
Then very short speeches. Dima 1 minute 18, Yana 1 minute 14, Andrew just 48 seconds. Victoria 1 minute and 8, Anna 1 minute and 10, Helen 1 minute 23, Olga 1 minute and 9, Kaval only 25 seconds, Mr. Val only 33 seconds, Asya only 42 seconds, Nastya only 39 seconds, Lisa, you were great because 1 minute and 59 seconds. Then Eugene 1 minute 18 seconds, Maria only 21 seconds, Sarmad 31 seconds, Ihor only 19 seconds, and I'm about 18 maybe, something like that.
Thank you guys, and the last thing that we're going to do now is to set our speakers to the next week, yeah, for the next Toastmasters. So, who wanna be a speaker number 1?
Technically, Kaval told you that you
what? Okay, Kaval, the speaker number 1.
He told you,
This is great. Okay, you will come, yeah? Come on.
Kim Kardashian today,
yeah, tell us about Kim Kardashian.
I know exactly which questions should I ask.
Kaval first, and second, Vika, yes?
Yeah.
Anya?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, and Sir Ola. And maybe someone more, of course. Wow. But do not forget.
I won't. Why should I?
Okay. Okay. Okay, and we need to set our table for the next section next. Who wants to prepare some questions like Nastya? Okay, Dasha. And we need to have our Toastmaster. It's the role which I play today. So who are you? Does anybody? What?
On me.
You?